Hey guys, it's Slumming Rush. Every once in a while, I like to come down to tier 4, and when I do, I've got two tanks that are my favorite. The Alecto, and, well, I'm gonna show you the other tank later. So, the Alecto, in my opinion, is one of the most under-talked about vehicles in World of Tanks. It's basically a tier 4 Hellcat with 280 alphas. So, you know, at tier 4, that's fucking incredible. Now, this thing, I don't have the greatest of crew in it, and you can see I'm basically at a 75% crew, but it's fucking phenomenal. This is one of my favorite tier 4 tanks in the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, the way tier 4 works is often when you play this tier, you're not going to be fighting against new tiers. So people kind of stereotypically say that tier 5 is where you go to Seal Club. Often what happens when you go to tier 5, you fight the types of players who have like 5k games in their KV1, and they're just gold spamming with the 57mm. It's like, it's so common to get spammed by gold in this tier that it's fucking incredible. So when you're against this tier, you're not really clubbing seals, you're clubbing the seal clubbers, the type of players who come down to this tier for an easy time and have way too many games in a tier 5 tank, but actually don't have a lot of skill because, you know, they've played 5k games in a tier 5 tank. They don't really have tier 10 that's taught them how to actually play the game. So down in this tier, it's easy, but not why people think it is. It's hard because you're against players who often have way better crews than you will ever dream of having down at this tier, but they don't really have the skill to back up their crews. So what we're going to do is run the map Sand River. Now, if you're trying to get great games, my first game in the Alecto was actually a 10-kill game on the NA server. It was the only game I ever played in this tank. Basically, what you want to do is you want to come down to K4 and try to look for shots on the mid. The mid's really popular down at this tier, and yeah, you see, look at this team. Literally, everyone is going to go to the mid and camp in base, and so you want to kind of put yourself in a position to shoot at where the majority of the enemy team is going to be. So that's why we're coming down here. I'm also going to load HE, because there's basically what happens at the beginning of a game, you're going to find lights, and if you've got a tank with a derp gun, you want to be shooting those lights, because that's an easy pen. It's going to give you a lot of damage. So I'm going to come out to here. Hopefully we don't get YOLO'd. We're going to look for shots on anyone in this area, and this is like, this thing's really mobile, so it's actually capable of doing this. Now, at this point in time, you'd actually be worried, well, they've got a Lux, a Covenanter. This thing dies to Covenanter and Luxes, so I'm just going to pop up. We'll see what we find, in case they're up here, and if they're not, that will give us shots on anyone over here, but it actually doesn't look like their team's there, which is fucking incredible. Now, I installed a 6th Sense directive, which is really useful because I want to know if I'm lit, and here's a Covenanter. So this HE is not going to lose pen at range at all. First shot of the game is 250 damage. This is going to be a good one. Oh my lord. Alright, next thing is to realize that probably all of their tank destroyers are going to be at F1. And if no one's here, I can sit on top of this ridge, set up my camo net, and just kind of prepare for shots in that direction. So that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, my team's going to be getting lit up, and you can see that's exactly what's happening. The T-14 is definitely dying. And this thing actually has less gun depression than I would have thought for an open top tank, but got to deal with it. It forces us to come all the way over this ridge, but because this tank is so mobile, it's not that big of a deal. Now, P26 doesn't spot anyone. They've got a KV-1S sniping in base. That's fantastic. I'm gonna not really look. Maybe this hits. If that hits, no way that hit. Holy shit. We can just keep these shots going. Now, here you might consider loading HE. I don't know if that will actually pen the rear of the KV-1S, but oh my lord. This tank, what the hell? Now, I'm going to be waiting for this guy to spot TDs. He's going to start getting shot at by them, and if he has the view range, he will spot them. It doesn't look like he has. There's a DW2 over here, so we're never going to pen this guy, but the HE is going to give us consistent damage against him, which is exactly what we want. Okay, never mind. And there's an M8 who spotted to my left, but these guys are like... I feel like the M8's going to get safe, so I'm just going to focus these guys here, because I can. Hopefully these go in. The accuracy isn't that great on this thing, but because you've got the 5-second reload, it's totally doable. And, you know, when people move this erratically, like, I don't know why he's moving the way he is, but he is. Let's go for this guy. There we go. That's the track. So we'll get assist 2 if he dies, which is exactly what we want. I'm just going to focus this guy down because he's not moving. Okay, and then this guy, for whatever reason, he's not moving either. We'll put a shot in that direction. So that one probably didn't go in. Okay, it didn't. Okay, and now we've got the KV-1S who's free to push us from the left. So I'm going to focus this guy down if he's here and just hope these shots go in. But I'm going to have to start moving from, because that KV-1S, I should probably be shooting HE. AP, I mean. The HE's not doing anything. I think these vehicles have side skirts, and that's what's what is screwing me over. So I'm not going to sit up here at all. I'm just going to sit down here, and we're going to look for shots on these guys from a safe position. Because if I get spotted, you know, I want to... Oh shit, these can actually pen. Holy fuck. Incredible. This thing is so good. So we're in the perfect sniping position. Kill the Panzer 4H. Next is going to be probably the 67. I don't really... Well, if I don't have shots in the 67, I'll take this one, but I'd rather shoot at the 67. He's an actual threat. This guy's falling back. Probably want HE for this guy, but, you know, I don't have it loaded, and this guy's a 2-shot anyways. This is gold that I'm shooting, so that's why it's pending. And I also, like, we need all these shots to actually go in right now. Now, if I was the T67, I'd be right here, to be honest. He's not, but I'd kind of be in this area. So I'm okay blind firing HE. You know, I might actually kill that guy, would be great, and I might eventually have to go back to base. So we know the 67's on this bush. I'll try for this one in a sec, see what happens. Okay, there's the 67. You can see him on the map, and I think that going back to base might be the right place. So what I did is I popped up. Now that's going to do two things. It might allow me to spot anyone over here, but you can see I didn't spot anyone. However, my sixth sense went off. So what that means is we know for a fact that a tank has pushed up over here, and my view range just isn't good enough to spot them. So that's really useful information for myself. What I want to do is I want to use this vehicle's mobility to try to hit this Lux. Now the Lux is a one-shot for my AP, which is really good. Otherwise, I'd have to shoot HG and hope it pens. But I want to kill this Lux because I want to get side shots on... Actually, I'm just going to shoot the Lago in this side right now. Okay, hope that goes in. Really, I didn't need to take that shot. My teammate got him, but it's worth it if he's there. Like, I might as well get the extra damage. Once this Lux dies, the Lux is probably going to be right here. So I'm just going to camp him for a bit. I can get kind of side shots on the DW2 and shit. Okay, Lux is not playing like I would have thought, but I want to get here to shoot down the middle, right? Because that's what I think is going to help us win the game. So I don't need AP. I'm going to save the AP shells. They've got tanks that I want to shoot AP at for the rest of the game, and we're just going to see if we can flank this Lux. And the problem is, he's actually being a nuisance for my team. So if he's... Ah, fuck. The 67 might be an issue here. Okay, so I'm going to pop up. We'll kill the DW2, because we'll see if I'm lit. I'm going to load HE for the 1S. Got the camo net set up, which is good. Okay. This Lux doesn't see me, which is exactly what I need. Kill him. 67 shoots me. So I knew he'd be a problem, but it is what it is. Our position allowed us to finish him off. We've got AP for the 1S, so the 1S is now a 2-shot. The problem is this 67 could come up here, and so we're going to see if we can make this work. This is going to be really hard. M8's crossing. Okay, so I think this M8. I want to see if I got spotted for poking. Okay, I didn't. And the view range won't allow me to spot this 1S. Oh, fuck. That's me dead. Okay. So we know... Probably getting pushed from this angle. Yeah, there you go. Still, that was a fucking phenomenal game. We got 5 kills without, like, any thought at all. It's just the position, man. We got into a position that let us farm, and we did very well. Let's go play another. This thing's a lot of fun. Alright, now, after the game you just saw, Wargaming gave me some really terrible matchmaking. I have something like a 30% win rate in this tank. However, I've made some changes to the setup. Right now, I'm tired, like, this vehicle, in this tier, you often have people with, like I said, 4-skill crews. They've got really high view range. It's really easy to get outspotted. So, I dropped my gun laying drive. I'm running Binox, and I've also used gold to train my commander to 100%. This is just kind of like the budget way of kind of making a tier 4 tank competitive against people who have lots of crew skills, because now I actually have the view range to fight against people. So we're on the map Erlenberg. I've got food, and I want to take a position that's going to let me get to the sides of people, because that's going to give me the best chance of one-shotting tank. So I'm going to go to the city, and from the city, if you sit in these houses here, you get side shots on the 0 line. That's exactly my plan. All right, now I can pull into somewhere like this, and from here we'll line up shots on the 0 line and see what we find. Now, one thing you can do from this position is watch for trees that have fallen, because what a lot of players will do is they'll come up this ramp and they'll knock over trees. Now, if you look at my team, we're not going to spot anyone, but if I see trees falling over, I can take some blind shots in these areas kind of educatedly, and that's going to increase my chances of hitting someone. Alright, so this Panzer 38NA is pushing up. They've got an Su-85B. Now, this is a weird play for the Su-85. I'm not going to get shots on him because of the way he's playing this angle, and unfortunately, that's actually going to stop my Panzer 38NA. So what I'm going to have to do, because of this Su-85's plays, I'm going to have to wait before I start getting eyes up here. So I'm going to start looking for other shots elsewhere, just because there's, you know, these guys aren't going to be spotting anyone yet. Alright, now this KV-1's pushing up. We should get eyes relatively quickly. There you go. There's an enemy KV-1. Now I am never going to pen this guy with AP, but I might actually be able to do something with HE if I manage to hit. Oh shit, that got us spotted. Gonna get hit again because of that. Okay, that sucks. I didn't think we'd get spotted at all. It caught me right off guard. And now we know they've got a Panzer 38NA up there. That's probably the only player up there. So with this KV-1 spotted, The 38 NA is going to get lit, and you can see he is. Hopefully this one goes in. I doubt this guy knows. Oh! That's what I like to call some decent revenge. We know now who spotted me. It's a T28 right here. We one-shotted the 38 NA. That was the high roll of the gods. Oh my god. Okay, this T28's here. This is the guy who's lighting me. And really, I would expect him to return. So what I'm going to do... Oh, he's leaving. Okay, so I'm just going to camp this guy. He might give me the side of his tank. The T28's massive, and it's really hard to manage the side of that vehicle. So I'm just going to kind of camp him and hope he makes a mistake. They've also got a Sov and a T34. I can't pen this guy. We'll take the shot anyway. Oh my god. We don't need to pen him when we've got HE. We didn't get spotted for that, so I'm going to line up the next shot on the 34 if I can. I can't, and so this is where... we might consider crossing to do damage to that T-34. So, a lot of people don't know this. You can just cross this road. Now, normally this is a stupid play. We might actually drown doing this. But basically, you can cross, and you can surface right here or right here. Now, right now, I'm going to stop in the middle of the open to look for shots. And the reason I could do that is because the 34 wasn't looking. Now, I know for a fact this is a shorter distance, and so I'm just going to play it safe and not throw away my entire game by trying to make this ramp instead. So we managed to get out of here. Thank God we didn't throw the game like that. And now... we're going to want to actually do well here if we want to win the game. So they've got this 34 right here. This guy's a potential 3-shot with HE and a certain 2-shot with AP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load AP and just play the game consistently. We've got his commander's hatch. Okay. Good. Okay, that one goes in. So that's 178. We'll reload in a couple seconds. This guy's giving me an even better shot on his tank. That one goes in too. Dude, we low rolled. Now, I don't think I'm spotted. My sixth sense hasn't gone off at all, so we managed to get the kill. Holy shit, that's actually been a really good game. Oh, fuck. Okay, there's a derp gun right there, so we have to be careful. I want to see if I can kill this guy before he kills the IKV, because I think if that IKV dies... they've got a Stug 4, which could potentially win the game. I mean, it's unlikely. Basically, I just want to secure the game and get as much damage as I can before this one's over. Oof. Okay, so I drove past because I wanted to try to, like, get as much damage as I can, but the IKV actually died. So when I'm in a decent position now to shoot at most people on their team, I bet this Panzer 4H is probably going to try to play on the outside. So what I can do is I can pop up like this, and I think the Panzer 4H might try to come through something like here, and so that's where my position might be decent. Now, I'm not going to kill him with HE. Dude, what the hell? Okay, this guy's going to go spot the Stug. There's the Panzer 4H. Okay, he's dead for sure. The Martyr gets the kill. That's fantastic. And now, I'm going to have to just try to get lucky and find this Stug. So I'm going to sit like this. I doubt I'm going to have shots in the Stug, but if I do, they'll be from here. So there you go. There's the Stug. Just going to fully aim this one or aim it as much as I can. That one goes in. That's up to 1,000 damage. The Panzer 3K actually gets the kill. Finally, a decent game. Incredible. It's amazing how you can go down to this tier and then just get shit on by matchmaking because Wargaming gives you bad teams. Now, like, my damage per game is actually still pretty high in this vehicle, but to be honest, I'm kind of tired of tier 4. I've played like 10 games in tier 4 today. Like, it's enough for me, but still, that's 1,000 damage. This thing's fucking amazing. It's a really good tank. If you ever are looking for a new tier 4 tank to play, get the Alecto. No one talks about it. I think it's a very underrepresented tank in the tier 4 stat patter community, because let's be real, that's what it is. And it's also players who don't want to pay for premium, but you know what I mean. I just like to shit talk the Seal Clubbers, but you know, there's the Alecto, 44% win rate out of how many games? It's got to be 9 games, and I mean, I'm still doing pretty well, and I'm averaging about double my HP. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see, yeah, 560 average. That's a really good average, not gonna lie, considering the win rate. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.